Hello everyone and welcome to another Vital Bracelet video. This time we're going to be raiding the Tonosama Mamemon raid, which is the raid battle for January. So it literally just started 2 minutes ago, so we're going to be catching the raid train. So I have gone with Chaosdramon for this raid, so let's get this started. And I did not buy chips, but I shouldn't need it. Especially because if I'm catching a train, there's going to be a lot of other people, so it won't risk injuring my Digimon as much. So let's go. And I've been trying to get people to also raid at the same time. I know that we've got dedicated Gazi coming in with Grizzly, so that's exciting. We'll have some friends to be along the ride with us. So in terms of the last raid, we were able to get to below thousandth place, and I got the extra storage freezer, so yay! So let's hope that we maintain the same rank in this raid, because that could be exciting. But I think that maybe a lot of people didn't raid as much, and it was easier to get below 1000th place because everyone else was busy with holidays. And now that holidays are sort of ending, there'll be a lot less people, like a lot more people who can raid. So maybe it'll be a little bit harder to get that freezer this time. So definitely let me know if you see yourself in the comments, by the way. So here comes the train. Woo! And I want to aim to get to raid level 100 this time. I think I only got around to like 80 something in the Cherrymon raid, but I got the freezer, which was my main goal. But now I want the freezer, but also I want to rank, get to the 100th raid level as well as the freezer. So that's exciting. And I've never actually managed to get to the 100th raid level, but I think, oh, I didn't get critical that time. I think last time was probably the best I've done in terms of both raid level and ranking. And also I'm really happy that I get to use Chaosdramon because I'm fairly certain that Tonosama Mamemon is our first data type raid boss. So I can check that if I go to info. It's not, it just doesn't want me to see. There we are. Yep, it's data. So this is our first data type raid boss, so that's kind of cool. And I still will not using any of those chips because I don't need to at the moment. Yeah! Look at that train go. I'm sorry I keep on touching my hair. I washed it today and I haven't put product in it yet, so it's kind of like not managing itself. So I keep on having to push it every 5 seconds, so I do apologise. And we also have Azu, who says that they're hopping in with the Blitz Greymon in a bit, so that's exciting. So yes, definitely if you see yourself, let me know in the comments. And if you want to know how you can chat with us, we're on the LostinTranslationmon Discord server, which should be linked in the description. And we've got a channel there for VB raids and an assignable role, so you can get alerted when people are doing raids. And it's very helpful if you want to level up and go to higher levels of the raids, because it's kind of annoying doing it yourself, and when you try to beat a level by yourself, you quite often get very injured Digimon, and if they get injured a certain amount of times a day, they die. So I lost Bloom Lordamon very early in the raids, but because it was a virus type, I had a lot of vaccines, and I ended up going through, I think I also lost an Omegamon, but most of the raid I actually did with Blitz, forgot his name, Justimon, there we are. I almost said Blitzmon, like, no, that's not right. The Blitz arm of Justimon, which is on the Monodramon GP dim. And there goes my hair again. Wow, lots of Dukemon virus Dukemon's all virus, the Chaos Dukemon, that's what it's called. I knew it would come to me eventually. But yeah, I'm not sure how far in this video we'll get to. I think in the Cherrymon raid we got to around level 25? So yeah, this is the special New Year's Tonosama Mamemon, by the way, and like, I love that design so much. It's not only is it Tonosama Mamemon, but he's also joined by, I can't remember the Tiger Daver's name, but the Tiger Daver's kind of like got his head hanging out there because it's the year of the tiger this upcoming new year. And we've got Zasomon on one side, and then we've got Vegemon on the other side. So I really do like the amount of effort they go through. It's not just Tonosama Mamemon hanging out, like the same way that wasn't just Pumpkinmon in the Halloween event, it wasn't just Cherrymon in the Christmas event. It was like a stylized sort of thing. So they went into a lot of effort. It wasn't just the Digimon, it was the Digimon plus props, which is really cute. So I'm a big fan of that. So yeah, it's New Year, it's 2022. So that's exciting. And I do have goals for the channel, and I posted them on Twitter the other day, and they're all fairly, I think I set myself up for disappointment because they seem very hard to get to. They seem very unobtainable, especially looking at historical data. So I think I honestly should have had the tweet up. I think it was 5,000 followers on Twitter and 15,000 subscribers on YouTube and 200 followers on Twitch. So that was, and also I would like to get a sponsorship deal with, I don't know, somewhere that stocks Digimon stuff, I guess. So those are my kind of goals for the channel for 2022. And yeah, I think I needed to dampen my expectations a little bit because looking at it now, it's like January 6th. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get there. There are just not enough days. But I'll try. I'll give it a red hot go there. But you can help. And you can help by following me on Twitter and on Twitch and subscribing to YouTube if you haven't already. And like, if you're watching this, I would assume that you have subscribed. And if you haven't, I guess maybe you don't have a Google account. So make a Google account so you can have a YouTube account and then subscribe. And then make that number go up. Yeah, I think it was 15,000 and I'm at 11,000 at the moment. So I need like 2,000 more followers on Twitter, 150 more followers on Twitch, and 4,000 more subscribers on YouTube. So you can help out, dear watcher, by letting people know and following me, and I'd appreciate that because I'd like to meet those goals. I kind of was sitting there like, maybe I should go for a smaller goal, especially for Twitter, because I'm only on 3,000 and I've had the Twitter account for 6 years. So it took me 6 years to get to 3,000 followers. So I don't know how I'm going to get 2,000 in a year. I guess I have to up my tweet game and go viral or something. Though that's sort of those are my options there. Or to get super famous super fast. Which is, I wouldn't imagine particularly easy. But I can hope, can't I? But yeah, it's a bit of a grind, as they say. And another one of my goals was to meet some Patreon goals, because I haven't met many of those milestones for a while. And I have recently-ish updated it to better suit the way that the channel is now a YouTube channel. When the Patreon first was started, like 5 years ago, I think, it was when LostinTranslationmon was just a podcast. So a lot of the goals and rewards and milestones and everything were because it was a podcast and were things that could be done and with the only options to be done because it was a podcast. But now since we're focusing on videos more and sort of anime reviews in video format, sort of like a smaller format rather than podcasts, usually like an hour or two, this is more like quick, like 5-minute video sort of things, or video series rather than a weekly podcast that goes for 2 hours each week. So yeah, there's some new things I've added there because a lot of those things just did not fit anymore and needed to be reevaluated. We've lost support from Zelda, and my phone has overheated and shut down. So that's exciting. Yep, it is. Wow, it is very hot. And it is only 26 degrees at the moment. It was the phone, it's just off. So that's what happens when the phone gets too hot because you live in Australia and it's summer and it is very hot. Maybe the phone was just like, no, you're not paying enough attention to the actual video. I'm going to see if I can get this back up, so do bear with me. But yes, so what was I saying? Yes, so Patreon, that's a new sort of... It's had some changes as of a few months ago. Some of the milestones are... I would really like to continue on with the Tamers retrospective series, but that wasn't kind of getting the engagement that I wanted, and it was taking up a lot of time for me. I had to watch the episode and I had to write my thoughts on the episode, so I've kind of put that on as a Patreon milestone. But I believe the next milestone to get is the Appmon review, sort of like a video series of Appmon. Yeah, my phone is getting warm. I know that my phone is getting warm. I found out very easily that my phone was getting warm because it stopped working. It's back on now. But it is... I don't know if that does anything. Usually I put it in the freezer for 10 minutes before I do a video. But this time I was like, I'll be fine. I'm not even really using the phone. I use the phone for videos and that seems to be fine. But I didn't think of this as a video on my phone. I just thought of using it as the content. Now let's get my program back up. And hopefully that runs through. So yeah, do check out the Patreon if that's something that you are interested in supporting. You do get to be in the credits for each video, and I mention you by name in the podcast recordings that we do. And there are a bunch of other things that you get and rewards and stuff, so go check that out. Or if you just want to support me, I'd appreciate that. So yeah, let's see if we can hop back on the train and hope that my phone manages to not overheat. The raid boss has been defeated. Yeah, I don't doubt that because it crashed. There we are. Just gonna take that out of the case slightly so it's got some room to breathe. Oh, it is so warm. Oh dear God. Oh wow. I touched the back of my phone, the metal part, and I was like, oh no, that is heat. So yeah, that's cool and fun, or hot and fun, I guess. So yeah, my phone is also a really good heater. It's kind of annoying. I have a Pixel 3, and I was really into Pokemon Go again about a year ago because I wanted to get to level 40 before 2021 because you got like a special Gyarados hat, and because I still was playing it again in January of 2021, and we had like that's when we get our 40-degree days and like 46 degrees days, and I was just minding my own business trying to play Pokemon outside, and it would just not. So how it works is like the first thing to go is like the reception. The reception goes first before anything else, which if you're outside playing Pokemon Go, which is an online game, and you're not hotspotting off another phone, you can't play Pokemon anymore. So that would happen within about 10 minutes of bringing it outside. So that's sort of when I stopped playing Pokemon as much again, because it just would die. And that's a really annoying thing. I don't know why. I know why it happens and I know what happens, but I wish it wouldn't, because unfortunately And tragically, I live in Australia, and it is... I'm in one of the cooler parts of Australia, so in winter it's quite cold, but in summer it's just not fun. And it was really, really humid today, and that wasn't fun at all. And I washed my hair, and I can tell that my hair's going to, it's already gone frizzy because of the humidity. So I need to move somewhere cold. I'll move to Tasmania, which is the coldest part of Australia. I mean, I know the coldest parts of Australia are, in the mountains, but Tasmania is, right down the bottom. And that'd be nice. Or New Zealand. New Zealand's beautiful. New Zealand is just great in so many ways. The people are nice, even if they say fish and chips weird, and they really like sheep. I love New Zealand. It's beautiful. If you haven't been to New Zealand, go to New Zealand. I would probably prefer it over Australia, but everyone says that about places that aren't their home country. And Australia is just so hot. I've been to New Zealand in summer, and it's just chef's kiss, beautiful weather. Just perfect days, not even hot. Maybe 20. And that's perfect. That's my perfect weather. Of course, it gets very... It's a future problem. Maybe I'll go back to Melbourne for the winter. One time I went to Sydney in winter, and it was 18 degrees. So I was like, oh, this is really warm. I'm going to take off my jacket. Literally every shop that I went to asked me if I was okay. They were like, aren't you cold? Where's your jacket? And I was like, oh, no, don't worry, I'm from Melbourne. And everyone understood that, because 18 degrees is very, very warm for... It wasn't just 18 degrees, it was 18 degrees and, sunny. So, I'm just talking about the weather now. I'm not even talking about Digimon. I am the fakest Digimon fan that ever existed. Here I am talking about New Zealand and Sydney and Melbourne weather, which, by the way, Melbourne weather is a topic on its own. It changes, the weather, every 5 minutes. And that's not even, I know everywhere says that about their own weather, but that it's not an exaggeration. There are photos that are taken 5 minutes apart, one with blue sky, no clouds. The next, it looks like there's some torrential rain going on, and it's incredible. That's what it was this morning. It was warm, and the blue sky, and then all of a sudden, heavy hailstorm, thunder, and dark skies, clouds full of the sky, and then 5 minutes later, blue sky again. It just happens so much. And the thing is, I don't have Facebook anymore, but when I did, every spring, when the weather would get quite wild and unpredictable and wet, everyone on Facebook would be like, oh, what's this weather? Isn't it meant to be spring? No, this is normal. People who are saying this have lived their entire lives. Why are they surprised that weather exists? People are always surprised that weather exists. They'll go out and they'll look at the sky, I'm like, oh, weather. Ain't that terrible? No matter the weather, if it's too hot, I'm like, oh, complain. Yes, I know I'm literally complaining about the weather right now, but also, doesn't that prove my point? That everyone is just so surprised that the weather exists, and especially when it's expected, everyone's always really surprised by it. November in Melbourne is a very, stormy time of year. It's when we get, golf ball-sized hailstones that, do damage, and we get an SMS from our car insurance provider that says, please park your car under shelter, because one time everyone in the city had to file a claim on their insurance because of the hail damage, and they had to rent out football ovals to put cars so they could assess the damage on each car. It was just a little bit nuts. So, yeah, that happened 2018, I think, and since then, just SMSs as soon as the weather looks like there's going to be some hail. And there's something else that we get in November. I'm not sure if this is unique to Australia or even unique to Melbourne or whatever, but it's called thunderstorm asthma. And it's something that was in the news a few years ago for the first time ever, and then it's been a warning forecast every year since. And it's this form of asthma that is also allergies and seasonal allergies and hay fever. And it's like during this thunderstorm, some pollen is kicked up and people just just stop breathing. And I'd never heard of this as a kid. And one year there was just like all these cases of it, and it was given the name thunderstorm asthma. So that's not cool. That's terrifying. And another thing is, like, I guess we're just talking about climate change now. What a cool topic. I remember as a kid, the summers would probably get to like maybe 36. And that was like the hottest day. And then that was it. And when it went to 36, you're like, oh, geez, this is really hot. What's wrong? Why is it so hot? And that was, I was only a kid in like the 90s and early 2000s. So not that long ago. And now it's like we expect a string of like 46 degree days in a row, which 10 degrees hotter. So that's not fun. I know I'm still talking about the weather. It's not particularly interesting, but hopefully the fact that I have an Australian accent makes it a little bit more fun. Maybe. I don't know. I'm also beating Tonosama. I almost said Tonosama Gekomon because that's what I'm used to saying. Tonosama Mamemon. Again, I'm a fake Digimon fan. I'm the best con artist in the world because I've convinced everyone that I'm a fan of Digimon. What even is Digimon? I don't know. Is this friend a Digimon? The answer is yes. This is Mugendramon, and I love him. He's the closest Digimon figure in reach. So, what else do I have on this desk? A lot of Palmon. A lot of Palmon is the answer. I have a lot of Palmon figures. I love Palmon. I think we should get a Palmon raid boss. Like, absolutely. I wonder if we'll ever get a vaccine raid boss, because that could be very, very cool. But I can't imagine getting a vaccine raid boss. Wait, no. When I said this was the first data, I just realised this is not the first data. So if you're letting me know in the comments that it's not the first data, I've just realised that it's not because we've had Pumpkinmon. So I got confused because vaccine is the one that we've not have. We've had free, we've had virus, we've definitely had data. We just haven't had vaccine. Unless I'm very wrong, and in about 5 minutes I was like, yes, we've had vaccine. Who knows with me, honestly. I don't think we've had a vaccine boss, though. I don't know if we ever will. If you can hear barking in the background, it is likely my two dogs who are playing with each other, which is good. But I worry about Langley because he's 11, but he's getting much better with our puppy, who is Freya, and she is 7 months old, and I love her. Lately, if there's a dog that is looking a little bit too boisterous for Freya, Langley will come up and start barking, and it's really cute. Like, he'll stand up for her. It's so adorable. But he wasn't fond of her when she was a little puppy because she was just jumping and biting his ears off all the time, and he didn't really care for that because he's 11 in March and is a little bit over puppies existing. But yeah. I love my dogs. Please let me know in the comments how good my dogs are. The answer is a lot, by the way. They're very good. They are a lot good. I'm really happy and surprised that my phone hasn't turned off again, by the way. Like, I'm expecting it to turn off any second now. That's just like mashing wildly, like, please don't die! So, yeah. I really wish that didn't, because I feel like I'd be much further ahead in the raid battles. Also, I'm fairly certain, I'm not sure if it's just OBS's display, but it looks a little bit on the fuzzy side. So I apologise for that. It is because my phone is hot and maybe it's not transmitting things super well. Speaking of OBS, I also don't trust it for recordings that are longer than 25 minutes because every time I've had a video that's longer than like half an hour-ish, it just decides to only do the first like 20 minutes or so. So that's not fun, and that's happened about 2 or 3 times now. And I have changed around the settings and what codecs are used, so I may have fixed it, but I still don't trust it particularly. So I probably will be finishing off soon. What raid level are we up to? But I'll also obviously still be raiding after this video. I'm not just going to get up to this level and go, oh, never raiding again, because I want that freezer. And I want to get to raid level 100. So I've been recording for 26 minutes. So getting a little bit risky now. So if this video ends in like the next 5 seconds, it's because I couldn't save it. And I'll probably put up a little bit of text saying, oh, it broke. This is all I have left. Actually, I'm not sure if we will be able to get to level 30 because that is very far away. And I think the train has, I've either missed the train or the train has slowed down. I'm going to go with, oh, there's some train. I'm going to go with like maybe I've missed a little bit of it. Or maybe these people are like coordinated with each other and they're like doing time like 3, 2, 1, go! And they're timing a bit. Or they're taking it a bit slower through oh, there we are. So it's taking it a bit slower than rather just waiting it to fill up and then hitting it. They're like letting it go like maybe 5 times through. So they can kind of like load up all their attacks at once and then go. I don't know. But yeah, let's see if we can get to 30. But if it looks like it's slowing down, I'll probably have to call the video because yeah, I don't trust OBS because out of all the times it's mucked up a few times and that makes me very suspicious. Beep. Nope. Apparently I didn't click it in time, or maybe there was lag. I didn't click it in time because I clicked it, but it didn't register my clicking. And when I say clicking, I mean tapping. Nope. There we are. Got it that time. I love Chaosdramon so much. I need to raise a Mugendramon. If I had any planning or foresight or didn't get temporarily obsessed with the Kamen Rider and Ultraman Vital Bracelets, and also getting obsessed with completing the Tamer's GP Dims on my Digivice V, I probably would have tried to raise a Mugendramon for this raid, and maybe I still will, because then I'll have Mugendramon. I love Mugendramon. Mugendramon's my friend, see? Don't we look good together? This is Mugendramon, he's my buddy. And he's fading away if I put him here to the green screen. Maybe he's not, maybe I just want to put my arm up. Yeah, there we are. That's kind of cool, actually. I got distracted and I should be tapping more so I can get to level 30 before either OBS decides to not or my phone decides to not. And either are very likely possibilities, to be honest. So, yeah. My work phone is a Pixel 6 and it's very pretty. And it makes me like kind of like look at my Pixel 3 and go, you could be better. I'm gonna miss this. No, I'm not. I need to stop being so pessimistic. And my Tamagotchi has gone to bed, but it wants me to rub it before bed, I think. So I will do that with one hand. Can you see? If I hold it up? Ah, it's just horrific because he's got a green face, I see. The downside of the green screen is you can't hold up anything green. And also the danger of having the lights behind there that you can sort of see. If I put my hand up, the light goes. Means that I can't have my glasses on because that gives a weird sort of ring to my glasses because I did that for a video once. And I was like, man, that looks terrible. I'm not going to do that anymore. I choose to not have working vision because it looks better. So really, this is for you, dear watcher. But yeah, so good. Tamagotchi's asleep. But yeah, holding up anything green is bad because green screens are working as they should. And I think green is probably the best colour for a green screen to be because I don't particularly have much green except for like, oh, wrong side. Except for that, I have a tattoo which is half the crest of love and the crest of sincerity because I love Miyako. And because it's got green on it, you can kind of see there that it's making me look like I've got a hole in my chest. or my hole in my collarbone rather. So yeah, that is, I'm glad that I only have like one coloured tattoo and that colour is green, but it's something that is not really on video as much. And that's my cool Airdramon shirt, which I've mentioned before, and that's also see-through. Because it's got blue, and light blue is apparently being treated as green in this case. But if I hold up this, apparently that green is okay on the Vital Bracelet Kamen Rider. Now it's just me holding up green things and seeing how the green screen treats them. We lead exciting lives, don't we? We talk about weather, we talk about green screens and what different colours of green are. I just want to get to raid level 30, and I'm not liking my chances. And I think I might call it after this level is beaten, because I think either the train slowed down, or because this level has more HP, it's just taking a little bit longer, or I've just missed the train, because I keep on talking my head off instead of focusing on the raid. But surely this is like high 20s. I'm glad I'm not the only one with the Chaosdramon. When there are other people in the raid that have the same Digimon, I feel like validated. I'm like, yes, I made the right choice. Because as much as it's cool to be unique, I don't want to be the one with the weakest Digimon. I did see a Pulsemon earlier at the start, and that's cool. That means that maybe somebody who either just got the Vital Bracelet is playing, or somebody doesn't have a Vital Bracelet and is just playing with their Pulsemon that they get for free on the app. Either or, both's cool. But I stopped seeing that. Oh, actually, we're on raid level 29. Let's do it. All we have to do is just beat this level, and then we're done for the night, or at least done for the video. And I'm going to probably keep on raiding as I prepare for bed and make sure the dogs are happy and tuck them in and read them their bedtime stories and sing to them and make sure they know that I love them more than anything else in the world. Because I do. My dogs are very good. As I've mentioned in many videos. I kind of want to just keep on this train. I'm honestly surprised my phone didn't shut down again. Like, honestly, considering it shut down very soon, maybe me blowing it helped. But I just... yeah, maybe that helped. My 5 seconds of blowing on it. I gave it the energy it needed to continue, I guess. And we did it! Let's attempt level 30 and see how we go. But I think I am also tempting fate, because maybe OBS breaks, and maybe I'm just talking to no one. Maybe this part of the video never sees the light of day, and if it does, let me know in the comments. Yay! Oh no, there's no one on this train. And I can hear my dogs barking softly in the distance, or at least that one sounds like Langley. That bark, because Freya's are more they're deeper, or they're shrill, depending on how urgently she needs you. But Langley's are always just the same sort of, and I describe them as general Jack Russell noise, because Jack Russells have a very specific noise, and it sounds there's different noises. There's emotional Jack Russell, which is more high pitched, and then there's playful, angry Jack Russell, which sounds like a little demon is going roar, roar, roar. And everyone who doesn't have a Jack Russell, when they hear that at the dog park, is like, oh no, that dog sounds very vicious, but it's actually not, because it's just a Jack Russell noise. I think we have beaten level 30. So doing pretty well for the first night. Even though my rank is slipping, I'll keep on at it for a bit until bedtime, but it is also already past my bedtime. I just wanted to do this video and also catch the start launch train. So thank you so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments any answers to any of the questions I asked in this video, but also who are you raising for this raid? Who are you running at the moment? Do you have a team that you're using? Because otherwise your little friend gets injured and you don't want to risk them dying like I did with Bloom Lordmon, RIP forever. But yeah, so let me know all that in the comments and I will see you on the next video. Bye! And also Happy New Year!